Good blessed Sunday, June the 16th, 2024. It's about 10:40 a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you the proclaim toughest to the proclaim weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaim enemies. Doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I say or do. That's your prerogative. You have a First Amendment to the United States Constitution. Freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom to protest, freedom to gather, freedom to associate. In some cases, if you're a felon or on probation or parole, you're not allowed to associate or gather with other felons that's on probation or parole. Check with your local probation and parole officer or your law enforcement officials. But today, most people celebrate this as Father's Day. I celebrate Father's Day 365 days a year, 366 every leap year. But I'm out here in Bloomfield, Missouri, veteran cemetery to pay respect to my dad, Johnny A. Ivy Sr., a World War II veteran, honorably discharged from the United States Army, and his brother, my uncle, Ernest Ivy, an honorably discharged Korean War veteran. And I'm going to honor all the rest of them that's buried out here, men and women, young and old. And I'm going to honor some that's still alive that I know, white and black. Let me go on this journey, y'all. Okay, we here at this veteran cemetery in Bloomfield, Missouri. Finna head on to Cairo first. Not Cairo, Illinois, the alphabet K. That's where my uncle is buried at. And my dad, so happened, his last name is Ivy. He's buried in Iro. I salute all the veterans out here today. I give all of them respect no matter what their nationality is. No matter what their race, their color of their skin. I salute all of them. May all of them rest in peace. Me and my household, we thank all of them for their services. This is a lot of veterans, y'all. These veterans fought in various wars. My dad and them fought in a war that was fighting against a white Nazi, white supremacist that was trying to take over the world, Adolf Hitler. He didn't like Jews, nor did he like blacks. Look at all these veterans out here, y'all. This racism that's going on in this world, it needs to stop, y'all. It really needs to stop. This hatred that's going on in this world, it really needs to stop, y'all. It really needs to stop. See, when my dad was drafted in the war, in the World War II, and then his brother followed the next war, the Korean War, they was living in Charleston, Missouri, when they was going to school, to the Lincoln School, which is a C.F. Bowen Center now. And they wasn't allowed to go to the school where the blacks was, where the whites was going. And when they was drafted, my dad let it be known that he was drafted from a school where only blacks, the only place blacks can go. And then when he got to the military, guess what? the blacks was separated. There go my uncle there, boy. Look, I hunt him down, didn't I? Tina Watson and Brenda Watson, my two cousins. My uncle Ernest Ivy, we called him PC. I'm out here for y'all because I know y'all live too far away. I'm out here to honor y'all daddy, my uncle. One of my uncles that always would come check up on us in Cabrini Green in the housing projects. I salute you, Unc. Ernest Ivy, that's my dad. All of y'all that's fighting against me with this racism, and then all you blacks that's trying to attack me if the shoe fit, wear it. Look what my family did for y'all. That's my uncle, Ernest Ivy, Corporal, U.S. Army, career, June the 20th, 1931 to February the 27th, 2004. That's my uncle, y'all. That's my dad's dad. And I salute all the rest of you veterans out here. I have honor and respect for all of y'all. All of y'all that got this hatred, racism. White supremacists need to stop. That was what World War II for, and the Civil War was for, to stop this racism. Let me go down a little further where my dad is at. Stop this racism. Anybody that's dealing with hatred, whether you, no matter what your nationality is, stop it. Any nationality should be able to go into any neighborhood they want to in this country. If they can't, then that flag is not a flag that's in a state, in a country, or a continent that's united. Y'all stop it. Y'all look at my history. Then my dad, two brothers, my two great uncles, they fought in the war. And then I'm gonna name a few other people. Y'all salute these soldiers. I know it wasn't easy. My dad said it wasn't easy. And then people got to realize it really wasn't easy for blacks. One of my cousins, Larry Wallace, was killed in the Vietnam War in 1970. Guess what? He was stationed in Germany. And my niece, one of my sister's oldest children's daddy, was in that same war with my cousin. And he said they told them in Germany not to go outside at night. But my cousin went out at night and he was killed by some of the very own that he was supposed to have been fighting next to. That's how racist it was. Y'all seen my uncle, he was the second one buried in that row. And my dad is in the Ivy row. He was the second one buried here. Matter of fact, when we came here, this other grave site wasn't even here because we came all the way in here. That's I roll, Johnny A. Ivy Sr. This grave site, there wasn't none of these here when we brought my dad out here. There go my dad. I'm proud of him. Johnny A. Ivy Sr., private, U.S. Army, World War II, November the 1927 to January the 30th, 2021. He served and he kept the faith. They allow you to put so many characters on there instead of putting loving father, loving husband, I put, he served and kept the faith. Even though he was fighting against racism, he still kept the faith. And I believe all these other men and women that's out here. Y'all see how many soldiers that's been fighting? Remember when we brought my dad out here, this gravesite wasn't even here. But I guess he died before my dad did. Or I don't know what reason it was there, but it don't make a difference. But my thing is, all this racism I'm fighting against in Charleston, Missouri, here there's a man right here. My dad was born and raised in Charleston, Missouri. His dad, Barry B. Ivy, a sharecropper, grew cotton, lived on the Browns farm. He paid them half of his shares for his family to live there. And y'all see what I'm going through in Charleston, Missouri? Ain't that a shame, y'all? That I'm going through all of this hatred, all of this racism. But I ain't gonna give up. I'm gonna do just like my dad. I'm gonna serve and keep the faith. God bless all the families of all these veterans out here, y'all. When you fighting in a war, ain't no big eyes and little U's. When you fighting in God's war, ain't no big eyes and little U's. You see what I'm saying? We all the same. I'm gonna leave as I came, but I want to say this here. I want to honor my dad, his two uncles, his brother. I want to honor some people that I grew up with in Chicago. Roger Carroll, thank you for your service. Frank Huxon, thank you for your service. Donnie Elsie, thank you for your first service. Eddie Hughes, one of my niece's uncles, thank you for your service. And rest in peace. Jerry Hughes, thank you for your service. Anthony Hughes, thank you for your service. All three brothers, y'all, we live next door to each other in Cabrini Green. Donnie Elsie, if I didn't mention you, thank you for your service. Donnie Phillips, thank you for your service. Bob Norman, thank you for your service. David Snowball in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, thank you for your service. And James Williams, a young veteran, thank you for your service. And he still is serving and protecting. Some people don't like him because when he was a Charleston Police Department, he did his job. Charleston, Missouri Police Department, he did his job. Now he's a Missouri State Trooper and he's still doing his job. His job is to fight crime. Criminals that get busted when he busts them, they don't like it because he busting them. But if you ain't doing anything wrong, you shouldn't have nothing against what he's doing. And I thank all the other veterans that I might not mention. If I didn't mention Donnie Phillips, thank you for your service. I'm going to leave right now, y'all, because I have some other business to take care of concerning the death of my son, Brian Lamont Johns, my dad's grandson. His spirit is telling me, my dad's spirit is telling me, still seek justice for your son being hung and lynched, murdered in Carbondale, Illinois on Friday, March the 19th, 2021. Don't let them rule that a suicide. They bringing up the death of a white female who they claim committed suicide in that same town, Carbondale, Illinois, Jackson County. They bringing it up to say they want independent investigators other than the prosecuting attorney himself is even saying that. Independent pathologists and independent law enforcement officials. They got a retired homicide investigator from Indiana that's looking into it. I want this same treatment for my sons. You see, Molly Young, the newspaper and everybody else was publishing her story, the news, KFES 12, but nothing but my YouTube was publishing my son's death. But I ain't gonna stop. Rest in peace, Dad. All of y'all other veterans here, rest in peace. Love to all the families whose families have died and fought in these wars. Peace be still. It's my type of work, y'all. Saving lives.